Hey guys, welcome back to yet another YouTube video. Today we'll be continuing the series of AWP tutorials on the map Nuke. So yet again, I'll be showing you guys the T side, city side AWPing, the kind of peaks you should do in the pug/official, and just tips and tricks on how to AWP around the map. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, let's get straight into it. So starting off with the CT side, just like I did in the previous maps. A lot of the spawn peaks, probably not as many as on the other maps, but it all starts off with the spawn you get on the CT side when you have the AWP. So starting off, if you get spawn around this side here, which is the spawn closer obviously to the left, there's a lot of different peaks you can do with this spawn. So the first peak that you can do with this spawn is obviously the first thing you would think about is the warehouse peak. Now, with the warehouse peak, obviously you go towards here and you peek here. Obviously you can have a different angle like towards here, but generally the angle you take is here. Now,
I need accreditation. I need MLA format. I need some footnotes.
Looking good in terms of everyone kind of being there for OG early on. Alexi be somewhat chilling, but I mean, as you said, he even then had a pretty good round that did help him out massively when he got those 2 kills outside.
in pugs and officials, obviously it is a different approach, especially on a map like Nuke, just because the coordination with your team is obviously not as advanced as you would have with your team or as you would see in the professional scene. So if you are pugging, for example, you get this spawn here, what I would advise you first of all is when you run towards here, is you peek this spot right here. Now why you would peek that angle first is because people do not care in pugs, so they will always strafe. But if you're playing against obviously more experienced people, those people will probably not do a strafe like that towards you, especially when they know you have the AWP. They are more conserved. And the other peek you can do with this spawn is a peek where you run here, and instead of peeking this, you run here and you peek kind of this angle here, towards here even, or around here. Make sure you're not double scoped here just because you can't see those people crossing here. So what I usually like to do is go here and just peek here. Now the reason I do this is because the more experienced players, they do not do a strafe, which kind of obviously a strafe normal here or strafe towards here. What they usually do is they get this information here like this, right? Or they do a jump towards here. Now with this peek which I just showed you, when you go over here and you peek here, you can usually catch this guy jumping or strafing here, especially if you have fast reflexes, you're a 16-year-old kid with an anime picture, you can get this guy quickly and kill him, either if he's jumping or if he's crossing here. And you just wait here. And you get a lot of information from your team, even if they do not jump.
You can bang that, you can wallbang this.
Now, Mantuu,
yeah,
you won't.
Damage. Oh, on the jump. Not like this.
The other peek you can do with this spawn over here is the red peek. So this is a more aggressive peek, and you will probably need your teammate to help you with this peek. Now what I like to do is when I'm peeking towards red is I am running here and I will do a smoke right here. So as you can see my crosshair, I do a smoke right here, bounces off the box, and I cross towards here. Now a reason I use the smoke is, like I said previously, you don't want this guy to catch any info, on you crossing. So you use the smoke and you cross towards red. Now, you can run at the start. When you do the smoke, you can obviously do the smoke here. You can run a little bit flash and then you turn a little bit here. Just to watch if the silo guy starts and he sees you. And then you peek kind of here. Your other teammate, as you are smoking, your other teammate can do this flash. Again, kind of same way you're going. Flash a little bit towards here, up here. Now the reason is because a lot of teams, especially if you're playing against better teams, is they will start with one guy towards silo, rushing here, just to spot if you're going. Now with this flash, as you can see the trajectory here, you'll get blind here and you will not get the info on the AWP peek in red. So you run with your teammate, you do this smoke, he does the flash for you here. Anti-flash, run a bit here, check if he's there, you peek here. Now there's two different ways you can peek red. The more silent, a little bit approach, safer approach is you peek here and you just hold here.
Такой организации, в общем-то, радоваться хорошим постом. Ну тут снайпер вообще просто урабатывает. Мобильность, да. Мобильность этого парня.
If you're a more aggressive AWPer, then of course you can run towards here and straight away peek this angles here. Usually here you will find a barrel against the enemy and you will get a kill on this side. Now again, a different approach you can do is you have your teammate to smoke for you. So if your teammate smokes for you, even flashes above, right, while you're running, you still have the smoke with you. So when you do either this kill or this kill here, you get the shot, again, you smoke yourself kind of here, and then you can safely back away towards secret or back away towards warehouse. So the next peak which you can do, again, kind of the spawn on the left side, is the main peak. Now, when you're running towards main, obviously you want to get there as fast as possible. And what kind of peak you want to do is this peak right here. Peek towards either here like this, or obviously more aggressive right kind of here. Now, the reason you do this is because the T's usually either open the door, right? They do this kind of nade, open the door to molly main. Or one guy just wants to peek, again with the AWP or with the AK, wants to peek you, shoot you, spray you, and you're just going to do this peek just to get this entry on this guy here. Now, another way which you can peek this is, of course, a lot of time, like I just said, they open the door with a nade and molly him. So, as you are going through main here, obviously you just get a few ticks of the molly and then do another wide peek like this. So you peek right here. So you're not burning off the molly and you can peek towards here. If you don't see anything going here, again, you can start peeking these angles like here, start holding, right? Be more aggressive, of course. Take this angle here, hold this angle while your other teammate with a rifle comes here and starts clearing things for you, right? This is kind of the left side peaks which you can do. There's one more peek you can do, and it is towards secret. So as you're running here, again, you have your teammate for you smoking this smoke, which Reezer said, and a flash over here for the side of that. Now what you do, you are running here again. The first second what you can do is a little bit anti-flash in case they flash, and then keep running towards here, see if anyone spots you. If no one spots you, then you do this, right? Then you hold this kind of angle here, and again, they have no information of you being in this spot here above secret, and you just hold here. And if they do any smoke such as these, right, you have these kind of angles here. You can get one kill, for example, and then run away, right? So this is another kind of aggressive, semi-aggressive peek you can do to get into this position here, and it is super, super strong. Let's say you get a spawn again to the right side. Now, this opens up obviously the other side of the map, and you can do a lot of different peeks with this one. First of all, you would think the first peek you would do is the ramp peek, right? So as you're going towards ramp, you're running, right? First peek you would think of doing obviously is this peek right here, which is the standard things you see people doing in the park, right? But a better approach which you can do, and a lot of pro players do this, I do this as well, is when you're running here, straight away go to this kind of angle here. Now again, you are on a different angle, which is obviously the usual, and you can catch someone off guard just because he's not pre-aiming this, he's going to pre-aim, kind of doesn't expect you to be in that angle. Again, safe approach, peek in here, see if anyone does a mistake, you get the kill. Again, same spawn you run in, there's a lot of different ways you can peek from. Another different peek you can do, obviously, is you're running here and peeking this right here. Again, try get kill or something, and a nice trick you can do is, for example, as you're running here with the AWP, you do this smoke here, and you peek here. Now the reason you do the smoke is, for example, if you're the T and you hear the smoke blooming towards ramp, you think it's just a normal smoke, for example, he smoked it, but it is a fake, so they can just walk into your crosshair here, and it works. Again, you can do this not with a smoke, you can do it with a molly, for example, as you're running towards here, you do a molly towards here, for example, and you just peek this angle, for example. One of these fakes, again, where you molly, see if he comes, and gets baited by the utility you use. Now, the more aggressive things you can do, works really, really well, is once you, for example, do the smoke, do the smally, don't use any U-turn, for example. Let's say you do the smoke, you peek here, don't see anything, and you start aggressing here. You get your teammate once again, and you start clearing these angles. I like to clear right here. Again, keep walking, kind of peek here, and then hold here.
From OG to deal with smoke.
Look at Mantuu, he's got big BDE walking on into lobby with his eye pressed to the scope. Alex, this could catch him off guard. He's even setting Valdo up in the corner. If he tucks in tight, he might even sweep into that off angle. Floppy, days are numbered here. There's no way he's anticipating that. Quick response, and Mantoo's there to punish. This is glorious start from OG.
Yeah, they're really dictating the pace.
And then your other teammate can come here and start scouting for you, the rifler, of course, while you hold this area for him, right here. Now, once again, a different peek you can do towards ramp is the most aggressive peek you can do is as you are running here, you kind of do this strafe towards here, and you peek here, right? Now you can, obviously this is a thing you have to be kind of comfortable in with the strafe that you want to do, right? You can do this strafe here, and then peek straight away here. Because a lot of times rifles will not be ready for this kind of peek. They'll have either utility out, or obviously they're not ready to have their crosser in this place. They don't expect this. You can get easy aggressive peek towards them here, kill them here, back away, and go somewhere else, reposition with the AWP. Again, right side spawn peek. Again, you run in this time. This is the more longer approach, right? And it is the secret kind of peek. What I like to do is I'm jumping here, pop this window here, just so you have an escape route, right? When you're coming back, running towards secret. Now this is really important. You need to communicate with your person outside, who is, let's say, warehouse or main, to see what the enemy is doing, right? So let's say you are here, you're not communicating with your teammate, and you're like running to peek, and these guys are already down and they're killing you, right? So as you're running here, you always ask what is happening outside. Are they crossing? Can they cross? Are they doing smokes? If not, let's say it takes a long time for them to cross, then you can go to this kind of obviously position towards here, jet away, and then peek towards the silo guy, which I like to do. He's not dead, then you start peeking towards here. Now, once you clear this, they didn't do any smokes. You have, obviously, the guy could be behind main, right? But it's a chance you can take, and you start scoping up, walking towards red, because probably they're lining up to do smokes, right? So you go towards these angles here, and again, you peek here, really delayed, something they did not expect. Get a kill here. Again, use your utility to smoke here. If you don't want to smoke, you can obviously just run away, don't be, rotate around the map and peek somewhere else.
Might be the right call because smokes are being lined on up here, and it looks like maybe the L block. NATO's position. Oh, it was indicative of that. This is quite the surge.
This is very aggressive from Mantuu, yeah, walking on up. And he's going to have the confirmation. He knows this is a good time for the peek. And first victim found, trying to escape himself with the smoke. At least give him something to peek and play around. Valda tries to bail his teammate out of trouble, toss him his life. Mantuu surely dead. Bisashi another frag. How is he still alive?
Let's say you are running towards her and they do smokes, and say your teammate says who's outside, they can cross. Then obviously you need to scope here early so they don't hear you, and you can either take this angle here, or let's say they're not going down yet and you have a timing, you can hold this angle here, which a lot of pro players such as csgo, for example, love having this angle here, playing around secret. Again, they cross, you get a kill, reposition, get a kill here if they're chasing you, again reposition somewhere else, for example here, get a kill, or reposition here, get a kill. There's a lot of different things you can do kind of with this peek here. This is kind of the secret peeks you can do. Again, you get this spawn around here. You can do the hot peek. Now this is obviously, hot peek is better in the pug, right? Better at LAN environment, just because online people hear everything, right? So with the hot peek, it is a little bit risky, but I'll still show you the peek. Do something obviously can work for you guys playing in the pugs or certain officials, right, in different leagues, which you are. So if you get this peek here, you're gonna be running towards here, running towards here. This is the important part, is as you are here, either you can do it or your teammate can do it, is molly on top of the hut. Because as you are running, right, and trying to peek either this angle here, or obviously you can be a little bit more aggressive and just peek towards here.
I was like, let's just, here we go, so it was a hut. Yeah,
Lovely.
Now, the reason you do this molly is because obviously the normal standard default for the CTs is to molly right hut. So as you are the T and you are running towards here, you will hear the hut molly, but there's an AWP literally waiting for you to hear. And as you are crossing towards radio, he kills you. Now with this peek here, obviously, it's better. If you decide to do this peek here, you have to be careful, because a lot of players, obviously, let's say they start silo and they go down here. So these kind of angles, or even go down, again, they have a right eye peek onto you, and you will not see them. They'll see you before you see them, and they will kill you with the rifle here without you even seeing them. So you are here, for example, and he starts shooting you, you're gonna die. So I'd recommend you, for example, starting off, do this peek here, see if you can get a kill. If not, let's say you're feeling really aggressive, start peeking obviously these angles here, and start peeking here. Again, take your rifle friend, come, start clearing everything for you, even push behind. One more AWP peek I forgot to mention. Probably you should do it from the left side. This is a crazy peek, I would say. If you want to try it, especially in the parks, it's really fun. I tried it a lot of times at official, works. You have a left side spawn. Again, you would run here, and the only thing you focus on is jumping here, jump in here like this with your back turn, and then kind of peeking here. Now, what your other friend is doing is, again, doing the same smoke here, kind of flashing towards here, even high. Again, just to catch these guys silo, for example, jumping up, or these guys trying to get information here. And what you do is, as you are running here, again, back turn, because they usually do flashes, back turn here, and then you start getting information here, not scoped up yet, you get information. Then you crouch, hold for the silo guy. If he doesn't peek, you stop peeking, you know, stop peeking. Now, if you want to be extra cheeky, for example, as you can see, I line myself up kind of here, where this meets this. In this way, right here, line up this with this. This way, they do not see me, my body, unless obviously they cross here. But as they are crossing here, the T's, they do not see my body, because if you line up yourself here, they won't see it, and you hold this side of it. You hold it for a long time. For example, they do smoke, they still hold, you still hold, for example, and then you peek on an expert timing. You have to do this shot here, do this shot here, and then you bounce, right? Your teammate flashes for you, and then you jump down, you get a kill. Now, a lot of times what happens is you get a lot of kills, obviously, people jumping, people just going here, but mostly it is the guy Silo, for example, just trying to get information here, right? See, as soon as he is here, he's already exposed to this guy here. He doesn't expect this angle, and you kill him with the AWP.
Going in for more. Mantuu once more. Yeah. In with his second. Taps and removed.
Gonna try again.
Great line.
Turns the flash this time. Valda swings out for one. They've got a nice double peek over the smoke. What an angle for the L block. But neutralizes Nico.
Oh, this is so hard to clear.
Certainly is now. Bombs in yard. And wow, Mantuu, go on, son. Pop off. 4 for Mantuu. Destroys the Renegades as they test his yard.
Standard things, that's to do with the AWP peaks, right? Kind of mid-game situation, what you can do is, let's say you start normally around heaven. You start here, right? Either peek in here, stun it here, peek in here. And nothing happens, right, for a long time. This is when you can do an aggressive peek. For example, you jump down, for example, from here. You scope up just so they don't hear you, scoping up later. And then obviously doors smoked because your teammates usually should be smoked, right? And then as the smoke is fading, for example, you get to your position right here next to the vent. Smoke fades, you see this, right? This kind of angle here. A lot of times the AWP players will just peek into you, right? They don't expect this. You kill them, or see nothing peeks. Again, kind of the same thing you do with the spawn. I told you where you peek main, you start peeking aggressive angles, get your teammate, you hold this, he clears. Again, got a mid-game situation what you can do, and it is super strong. Let's talk about mid-game situations, right? So for example, let's say you start heaven, give utility to your friends. For example, the smoke for door, I like to line myself up here, right in this corner, aim in this corner, jump throw, and the smoke will go towards door, right? So you smoke for your teammates, nothing is happening outside, nothing is there. What you can do is go to your friend in ramp, scope in, and again, you start searching. Again, same kind of peaks you do, but it's mid-round kind of late game where take your friend, for example, you stay here. You can even do a setup where I'm here, the AWP right, and your teammate is in that corner there waiting. So you get a kill here, they try straight into your teammate's here, gets another kill. For example, you can re-peek, you get a lot of kills. Or again, you start pushing with your friend with the AWP, and you start clearing these angles. Again, kind of mid-round situation, but it's something you can do, which is super strong. Obviously, the normal things you would play when you play heaven is you can play obviously around here, trying to get a kill. Or the better, much safer place, and it's super strong, is playing around ACs here. So you play kind of this angle here, right here, super tight angle here, just to see if AWP wants to peek you. Or again, if the T's try to smoke main, so they do kind of smoke here, and they start flashing towards CT, right? So they jump towards here. You are in this kind of position, and because the AC and you have this kind of position, it blocks any flashes. So when you guys jumping down here, peeking you, here, for example, and without the seeing you, see, you can just drop down here, get another kill. Drop down here and start re-peeking. Right, so in a park, especially even officials, you have 3 potential kills after the first one, just from playing the AC angle.
Heaven. Oh, what a flip from Mantuu. Can't make it to, though. Smoke back to the left-hand side. Hands the man advantage for OG. A player pushed up so close towards him. Oh! Point blank connects to Apex. Caught off guard, but still a jump for it. 2 frags untraded, leading towards the outside. Oh, Mantuu! 4 kills!
That'll be it for CT. With T side, it is obviously a little bit more limited to peek with the AWP kind of things you can do. But first of all, what you can do is, again, spawn kind of peaks is, if you get spawn like this, there's a lot of different things you can do with this spawn. First of all, you would think, right, in a bug, is peek outside. Of course, you can do this, so as you're running outside, running, you go towards this gap over here, and then peek here. Obviously, you can peek towards here, like this, right? These kind of angles here, see if any are strafing. But what I would recommend and what I do as well is straight away kind of peek this angle here. Because you have these two angles here, you can always peek towards this guy here. And you'll always see if anyone's peeking towards that, right? Or if anyone's doing the crazy peek I told you, trying to jump up where and you can get it. Again, same kind of spawn you go, instead of peeking this gap here. And again, it requires coordination with your team, is as you're running here, as I like to smoke over here, as you can see this thing here. I like to line myself on this last wire here on the top. And as soon as I cross kind of this container here, I smoke it, right? I smoke towards here. Do the smoke towards here. And as I'm running here, I want to peek towards warehouse. Right now, what my other team is doing, of course, they can do kind of this flash towards right here. And then what they can do also is the flash towards warehouse here. Obviously, you can do this to be much safer, but you don't have to do it, right? So as you're running here, kind of smoking like close here, again, your teammates flashes for you. You can do this obviously without anything, you just peek here. Or again, see how the trajectory of your teammate flashes here, so you wait for his flash and then peek, in case the AWP is holding you, you can, right? Again, you want to be super aggressive, is instead of your teammate flashing warehouse for you, he's flashing outside. And what you can do as you are peeking, you're not peeking here, but you're straight away peeking here, try to get a kill maybe, and then run away after this aggressive peek. Again, with this spawn, you can peek door, which I told you. So this is standard basic peek. As you're running here, running with the AWP to run here, get your AWP out, and then obviously you open the door up here, you open the door and you kind of aim here, right? To see if anyone's swinging for you. You probably will get like some ticks of the molly burning, but see if you can kill anyone for 1 or 2 seconds. Kill him, of course. If you don't see anything, stop burning, walk away. Try to get a kill somewhere. Yeah, reposition with your team. Same spawn peek, which you can do, which I like to do as well, is the hot peek. With the hot peek, when you are running towards here, scope up early so they don't hear you, of course. Stop peeking here, this angle first, and then again, these are kind of right eye peaks, so you are shifting and peeking these angles here. Peeking, and then you're just expecting the rifles, for example, to be here or here, so you're just clearing these angles with the AWP, right? So you're clearing. Once you're here, usually there's no one towards here, so as you're peeking here, this is where you have to be careful, and you have to peek on right time, and you just kind of peek here, the side guy jiggly. And when you peek, I like to have across a little bit here, just so I can see if there is anyone, obviously heaven, trying to peek me. Once I don't see anyone heaven, I reposition my scope a little bit, see if anyone's jiggling here. If I don't, then I get more aggressive, see if he's jiggling from here. Maybe he makes a mistake, the Tetris guy here comes back to me, I kill him. If not, then again, you can just say like no one's side, no one's jiggling. You can get your teammate and just mid-late, delayed round, explode with your teammates where they're coming out door, the rifles are coming out here. For example, they're clearing, you clear here. They are worrying about CT vent, you try to trade them. No one's fighting, then you get this angle here. Kill any rotates that are trying to help the CT guys, and you just kill them going off the ladder here.
Prove a little bit, right, on a map that they're confident with. Mantuu looking really good. He is dialed in.
Okay, same spawn. You get the ramp peak. Now the ramp peak, super standard peak as well, as you are running here with the AWP, running again, running here, and you scope up here. Now, in a pug, usually you would want to scope up right here. Usually that's where the people play. But obviously, if you're playing against more experienced players, you would want to scope up towards here, just because they like obviously playing the headshot angle, or the AWP wants to peek here, and you're just getting ready just to kill this guy here. You can always click towards this guy or reposition your scope towards him to kill him. But what you do is, again, peek ramp with this spawn, try to get any kill here. If you don't see anything, then again, you can explode with your teammates ramp, and you can take it however you want. Another peek which you can do, again, is the silo peek here. As you're running towards here, much more safer, not so aggressive, I would say, as you're running here. Obviously, you can either go this way up the ladder, jump here and here, or obviously the kind of ROPC kind of way where you strafe towards here, right here, right here. Now, you can do this fast and peek towards this guy here, warehouse, the AWP. Obviously, you have to be careful of this guy. The rifle is pushing here behind the smokes they throw, which I showed you before. But if you're feeling super aggressive, you think they won't do that, you just want to peek here, kill any guys here, you can do that. Or when you're going towards silo fast, obviously you go towards this kind of angle here, not peeking straight away. And then again, you peek outside, for example, these kind of angles, maybe even wait for the AWP pod to come here, do the secret peek I told you as a CT, and you just wait on him here. And again, you start peeking these angles here. See if you can catch anyone, for example, and just you create cover for your teammates. So yeah, It's a good peak you can do with the AWP. Generally, that would be it with the AWP peaks on T side. Obviously, the other stuff you have to do with the AWP, obviously mid-round, depends obviously on how your team plays. And obviously it would go on, can go on for hours, how you should position yourself. In the million scenarios there could be in Counter-Strike. But starting off with the peaks which you can do with the AWP, which as it shows you, should give you a lot of advantage going into the Pugs officials or pracs which you are playing with your friends or with your team. And yeah, give you more opportunities, more chances to get the entry for your team. And yeah, hopefully win the rounds and win the game for you. So that will be all for the video today on Nuke. We covered obviously both CT and T side, all peaks you can do, how to play around CT side, T side, some smokes, the ways the teammates can help you when going for peaks. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, feel free to like the video, comment on what further videos I should do. It doesn't have to be tutorials, just things you would like to make me obviously do in the future, which would be super beneficial for you guys. So yeah, feel free to leave a comment down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Thank you guys.